Hey friends, um, happy new year. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, and since it is new year, one of my goals this year was to like really make way in my channel. Still rocking that journey, not sure where we're going with it, but we're going, and that's what matters. I wasn't feeling too hot today, so I'm kind of filming in my bed. Got my little therapy bear here with me and my cup of tea, but we're still gonna do it anyway. Trying to push through that. So, 2020. Wow, that that was a year for everyone. I think that's definitely a year for the books, um, and that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. I know for a lot of people there was a lot of things going on, and for me, especially a lot was going on in my little part of the universe. I call my perception of the world my universe. So, like, I'm the center of my universe, and you are the center of your universe. So, in my corner of the universe, um, so much happened, and that's part of why I couldn't upload regularly. And I just kind of wanted to make a video about it because it's in the new year. We're all trying to change things, but we can't really change anything unless we reflect back on the things that we learned from our past. So today I'm going to talk about 20 things I learned in 2020. If I look down, it is because I wrote things down, because I cannot remember every last thing that I wrote, but I have it here. So the first thing is, it's not the end of the world, even if it seems like it is. I know that was hard to believe about 2020, but 2021 is here, and we're still here, and everything is, mostly fine. So the sky hasn't fallen yet. We're still breathing. We're still on top side. So it'll be fine. Everything will be good. It took me a while to realize that, but I did it. And it really helped once I accepted that tomorrow, even if tomorrow is the last day of the world, I'm going to live it like it's not. I'm still going to make plans. I'm still going to continue on and push forward. The second thing that I learned was to love myself. And I feel like this was really the most important thing, because, during those long, hard days of quarantine, if you got to quarantine, I didn't really, because I still had to work. I was an essential worker during the time. No one's going to get you out of bed. If you have someone to help you with that, that's great. But, I was really struggling with depression and anxiety issues and things like that. And some days it was just really hard to get out of bed and even, like, just shower. So, like, but, and I've never been the kind of person that, like, I've always cared more about other people than myself. I hold people to a higher standard than myself, and it became more apparent last year in my life that that was a huge problem. And so I went on a journey of self-love, and I learned, the smallest things, to show yourself love, whether it's looking in the mirror and telling yourself how beautiful you are, or just, getting yourself out of bed and finding the reason to get out of bed and take that shower. And no one's going to do that but you. No one can be there for you if you can't be there for yourself. So love yourself. The third thing was to be flexible and adaptable. Because, you guys were all in 2022, so you know what I'm talking about there. If you were a business owner or helped run a business or anything like that, wow, you got hit with a lot, because suddenly you were trying to figure out how to make those sales, how to make money, how to make things happen when there was no money to be had. And, got so bad for some people that the government had to give out money to push back into the economy because the stocks dropped so bad. So, that's pretty intense. But, and being flexible, being able to adjust and reschedule your life around a unforeseen event. I don't know how to go into it much more than that. And I feel like it's not even just businesses, it's like just everyday life. Everything made everything almost impossible last year. And like I said, you guys were there, you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to move on to number 4. Every moment is an opportunity. I learned that every moment to do anything is an opportunity. Everything's precious, everything's ever changing, and like there's I looked it up, and there's like 23 hours and like 53 minutes or something like that in a whole day. So, like round it up, 24 hours. You have, if you like use 1 minute to sit and breathe, or like pick up the markers that you left on the floor, or that your kid left on the floor, or whatever, that's an opportunity seized, and something better can come out of even the smallest things. Number 5, save money. I learned how to save money because I was working all the time. And what led to working all the time was having no money because of everything being shut down. And I was a little suspicious of the unemployment. I'm not even gonna lie about it. I was completely suspicious of the whole, $600 or whatever a week, and I was like, that's probably gonna have to get paid back at some point, and I'm not trying to do that right now. I got too much to do. So I kind of just went out and got an essential worker job. I also just wanted to help the community and things like that. So that's what I did. And I learned really how to save money. I mean, it was easy at first because everything was closed, but then when everything started opening back up, you get that itch, you want to buy, but then the whole reason of like, what if the government didn't give out those stimulus checks and things like that? What would have happened? So, you always want to have at least a little emergency nest egg, and I'm not talking about like, it doesn't have to be thousands of dollars or whatever, just like even an emergency $20 in your wallet, it's gonna go a long way. Number 6, time management. Time management was definitely an essential skill that I really learned. I had dabbled in trying to figure out time management for a long time, like everyone. But I really learned how to sit down and plan and create, exact times, learned how to make appointments, things like that. And I don't mean like doctor's appointments, of course. I just mean like just appointments with myself, appointments with my family, around work, stuff like that, how to get things done when things aren't going to be open at certain times because things are being closed, and all that. So time management, important life skill that I learned during not just during quarantine, but during 2020. How to budget. I learned how to budget. I have always been really bad at budgets, and just, it wasn't my thing, needless to say. But I had to learn how to do that because I got an apartment. I've never had to rent a place. I've always lived in a place that was owned. So like except, well, I mean, my parents rented certain things, but like I personally, for the past 8.5 years, have lived in a place that was paid for. So I never really had to pay rent like that. And now I do because, like I said, things changed. So I had to learn how to budget my money and really make every cent count. And it wasn't easy, but we got there, and it's been a fun ride for the most part. um, so, moving on to number 8. Keeping up with why keeping up with politics is important. Um, I don't feel like I need to describe anything with that. So I'm just going to leave that to your imagination. Number 9, I relearned something. I relearned how to be more expressive. In general, with my art, with myself, with my emotions. I have, unfortunately, in the past been in situations where I was not allowed to be so expressive. When I was very expressive, I was made to feel like that wasn't the way I should be. So I relearned how to express myself, and in my creativity and in my just finding my voice and things like that. And it's been really exciting, and it's been very uplifting and inspiring. And I've loved it, every bit of it. Number 10, I recently have left a relationship, and I have learned to deal with something that I never had to deal with before, which was loneliness. I learned how to deal with loneliness. And, I'm sure, everyone has experienced loneliness at some point in their life. This was like the first time I ever in my life experienced true loneliness. Like, my ex and I were together for a very long time, and I never was really without him. We were always together, and now we're not. So I kind of learned how to just be happy being by myself, and how to curve that loneliness, to the point where, like, I just have regular dance parties by myself now to make myself laugh so that I don't feel that, like, sadness. This tea is so good. Oh my gosh. Okay. So, number 11, you can't be successful at everything. I'm sure everyone has tried to do something in lockdown or whatever, wherever you were, you tried something new, and maybe it didn't work out, and that's okay. Like, you can try everything, and you can want to be good at everything, and that's absolutely fine, but you have to accept at some point that you cannot win every single time, and there's nothing wrong with that. The number 12, keep trying even if it's tough, kind of goes along with number 11. So, like that pie you baked, it was hard, but you did it, and even if you burned it, you can try again, and it's okay. Just keep trying. There's nothing wrong with it. And like I said in number 11, if you can't be successful at it, then you can't be successful at it, and it's okay too. Number 13, how to work through a breakup or divorce, in my case, or just having your heart broken for the first time. It's tough, it hurts, it sucks, and sometimes you just don't know where to go after that. I know that was definitely my situation. Like I said, we'd been together for such a long time. I didn't know what to do, And I mean, if you guys want me, I'm not going to go into like everything, but if you guys want me to make a video on like how to heal a broken heart, like self-love video, let me know in the comments below. I can definitely go into that, but I'm just gonna kind of leave it there for now. Number 14, finding joy in the little things. So, little things. Remember what I was talking about curbing the loneliness and like having those dance parties by myself? That's kind of what I'm talking about. Like, lighting a candle and just feeling relaxed and, just taking by and smelling the roses when you have the time, or making the time to smell the roses, that kind of thing. It's the little things in life that get you through the hardest times of your life, and so we should just sit and enjoy them, because they're not going to just, we may get busy and forget about them, and then that stresses us out and it makes us feel like overwhelmed and crazy and all of that. Number 15 is probably my favorite. Let your inner child play. It goes back to what I was talking about expression. Like, if you just kind of let yourself play. As adults, we're told to be responsible and be mature, and all these, work a 9 to 5 boring life. You're gonna work a job that you hate and you're gonna be miserable for the rest of your life, but you just gotta deal with it because it's how adulting works. I don't accept that. I don't believe in that, and that's kind of how I got where I am now, because I was not going to accept that as my truth. If that works for you, that's fine, but that's not what works for me. I want to be able to enjoy things and laugh and play like I did when I was a kid, but like my own interpretation now. Like, some of you guys know I am a cosplayer. I like to dress up and go do things, conventions, go downtown. It really doesn't matter to me. Any excuse to dress up is good enough for me. So, play dress up, play with your makeup, play with your hair, sit down and color, watch a movie, do a craft. Let your inner child play. Let your inner child laugh and express, and walk hand in hand with your inner child once in a while. It doesn't mean you're irresponsible. It doesn't mean you're immature. It just means that you allow yourself to express that, beautiful innocence and love and purity that you had when you were a child, and you get to experience that again as an adult, obviously within reason. There is a time and there is a place, but just try it. You'll understand what I'm talking about. Number 16, in 2020, I learned how to let things go. It was hard because there was a lot that I just really wanted to hold on to, but I learned to just let it go, that if it doesn't serve you, it really doesn't matter. So there's that one. Number 17, I learned how to set correct goals. In case you guys didn't know this, there is a correct way to set goals, and it is a process. I forget what it has a legitimate name. I just forgot what it is called, but it, you give yourself a time frame to set, it's like you set these goals, you give yourself a time frame, you accomplish them, you put action into your plan, and that is how you set goals. You set realistic goals, not like crazy, I'm gonna be a millionaire by the time I'm 32 and you're like 30 now. So don't get crazy, but dream big, but like dream realistically as well within your time frame. Number 18, I learned how to be thankful for the things that I have, because in 2020 things kind of fell apart and I really didn't have a lot, and there were some things that I should have had that I just didn't, and there were reasons for that. I'm not going to go into it, but I just learned to be thankful for what I have, and it was, everybody says learning how to be thankful is life changing. It really is, and it's something, like I said, it's just something you have to experience for yourself. Number 19, I learned how to deal with my stress and anxiety. I am the type of person that stressed and tense is like my natural state of being, even when I'm calm. Like if you touch my back, it's like touching a brick wall, because that's where I carry all of my lovely stress. So I just wear it with grace. But I learned how to deal with it. I learned how to work through it. I learned how to work around it and not let it just take over and consume me in my life. And that was amazing to me. I had never, like, I knew I was always stressed, but like I didn't realize how stressed I always was and how it affected the people around me and the people I love. And then until I started working through it and realized, wow, there is such a difference. I'm so calm now. I still worry and I still stress, but like it's not to the level that it was. It's not taking over my life. It's not controlling me. And finally, number 20, be brave and kick A. So, you guys know what I mean there. I'm not gonna say that on YouTube, but just be brave. Go forth and do it. Just do it. Like, do just the Shia LaBeouf thing. Just do it. Don't worry about it. Like, just, if you fail at it, try again. If it doesn't work out, try a different path. Like, just figure out how it will work and why it didn't work, and move forward and kick butt and just like go for it. It doesn't matter what it is, just go for it, because it's better to say that I went for it and failed than I never ever even tried, because I was just sure I would fail. So don't do that. Don't let things get away from you. Just, you are bad and you can do it and you are amazing. But those are the 20 things I learned in 2020, and excuse me, my mouth is getting dry. I feel better for it, honestly. I feel like I accomplished a lot. Literally, I had so many goals in front of me, and I crushed literally all but one. And I was like, wow, this is what it's like to actually have like your dreams come true. That's amazing. So I mean, just do it. You can get it. You can do it. But thanks for listening. Thanks for watching the video. If you guys haven't subscribed already, please subscribe. I have a ton more videos coming. I have so many more ideas for 2021. I'm super excited, and I can't wait to see you guys with me. And I hope this video has brought some informative light to your universe, and I hope it helps you glow. Bye, guys.